Hey you guys, what's up? My travels today brought me by my favorite knife shop. So, I ran in and wanted to see if they had this Meyerco, Kirby Lambert Shockwave, and they did. So what I want to do is, obviously packaging it comes in. Want to do a first impressions video, not a review. But this will probably still be pretty detailed because I've really looked it over pretty well. So, I'm kind of interested to see, first, Meyerco knife, and I've always just kind of assumed that they were crappy. This knife is not crappy. So, I don't know if all of them are this well made or if it's just this particular one or what's going on. You've probably, if you're subscribed to my channel, you're probably subscribed to Darkchild57, and I think he brought one of the first knife reviews of this. Anyways, I had a great review, by the way. Good job. All your reviews awesome. I had my eye. I had heard about this knife. He was going to do a production run with Meyerco about a year and a half ago, but I had heard it was going to be a assisted knife, and as soon as I found that out, I just didn't really pay attention to it because I don't know if you guys have noticed, I don't really get into assisted knives. So I just kind of stopped paying attention, and then I heard it was manual and got my attention, and then I seen it on Blade HQ, a few months ago, and it was just kind of something I wanted and just kind of forgot about until I seen his review. His being Darkchild's review. So, kind of put it back in my head that I wanted to grabbed one, and could not be more happier right now. Of course, this is all initial impressions. So, I'm going to go over a few things that I just think, when you first get a knife, when you first get anything, you're super stoked about it. So, of course, all this could change. What I want to do is just show you kind of fit and finish. And I'll probably carry this for about 2 or 3 weeks, and then give it a review. So, my experience with Kirby Lambert's, I've had about maybe 8 of his custom knives, and really like them, really well made. Designs are always spot on as far as ergonomics go. You can see that thumb ramp kind of hits right there. This knife, I think it's probably about a 3.5 inch cutting edge. I don't know. I didn't look at any of the specs. So, it's a very beefy knife. You can see that, pretty thick, pretty heavy. I guess I could go ahead and get all the dislikes out of the way. I can already tell this thing, it is a tank, thick blade stock. You can see that. Pull it next to an XM18 here. So not quite as thick as the XM, but I mean $50, $50.95 versus about $500 to $600. Maybe $425 or whatever if you can get them from Rick. So yeah, see they're about the same thickness. So you're getting, this is a big beefy knife. If you've watched the channel at all, a few of my knocks on the XM18. Is kind of, it's a tank. It's pretty thick. So same thing here. Alright. Just not experienced. The thumb stud is not slippery at all. It's just my muscles are used to pushing Chris Reeves stud up. Carried this Umnum today. The Umnum stud goes straight up. This Shockwave goes out. So it'll flick, but you just got to remember to push it out. So, alright, let's get into fit and finish. What I see immediately, when you look at this thing closed, carbon fiber, real carbon fiber. Okay, awesome. G10, real G10. This handle, this knife closed right now is not much different than a custom Kirby Lambert as far as the look goes, including this low-ride pocket clip. I can tell this pocket clip has a cheap paint on it. It's not even like a powder coat. So I probably will refinish this clip either with some sandpaper and strip this black coating off. I'll probably carry it for a few days and see if it scratches and chips off. Might surprise me. I don't know. It doesn't look like DLC or anything. So I'm sure it'll probably... Or I might reorder a titanium one. Kirby Lambert used a clip designed exactly like this, but it's blasted titanium on most of his knives. And Kirby Lambert kind of does this to a lot of his liner locks. This bolster and then the bottom half. Sometimes it's like carbon fiber and something else, titanium, or sometimes it's carbon fiber wood, you know. But anyways, this is a combination he uses too. G10 and then the carbon fiber bolster. You can see all the screws. This is where we're going to get into some fit and finish. Are inlaid flush. The pivot pokes out a little bit, if you can see that. This video should be in HD. So the pivot pokes out a little bit. But all these screws pretty much flush. Alright. You can see the thumb studs. Ramped thumb studs. Very nice. Very similar to the Hinderer. Yeah, maybe the Sebenza, but not as pointy. They're good studs. They work great. There's enough room for you to get your thumb under here and just flick it kind of sideways, and it'll go right up. Alright, action. I haven't messed with this. This is straight out of the package, the blister pack. It's alright. I'll probably take it apart and polish up the tang area of the blade and put some oil in there. Alright, fit and finish. Here we go. The blade is dead centered right from factory. Very nice on a cheapy blade. Just like Darkchild said, the back spacers, the standoffs here, are similar to what Kirby Lambert uses on his custom knives. When I had his custom knives, they weren't exactly like this, but you know, they're kind of a decorative little, you know, they look milled or lathe drawn or something. Alright, you can see that stop pin. So that's the stop pin when it opens. Alright, and while we've got this macro going here, let's take a look at all these gaps. Or lack of gaps for $50. I honestly haven't seen another knife with this good fit and finish. That's just some pocket lint. For $50, it's unbelievable what you get. Look at that liner lock. Perfect engagement. The liner is completely over. I mean, the liner is, you know, not over touching this liner, but it has engaged the whole thickness of the liner. And that liner is not a joke. It is not super thick, but it is not thin by any means. There is no wiggle at all in this blade, up and down or side to side. It locks up as good as my XM18 right now. Now, when I carry this and use it and bang on it a little bit, will it stay that way? I don't know. You know, that's what the review will be for. So, covered back spacers, fit and finish. You can see there's no gaps in the bolster and the G10. Unbelievable. $50. Okay. So the knife is heavy because these are steel liners. They're not titanium, and they are not drilled out. So that's where some of the weight comes from. It is right hand tip up only, just like Kirby Lambert's knives, his custom knives. This is very true to his custom knives. Alright, one more thing. I'm not going to make the video over 10 minutes long. I will have a review, full review on this in a few weeks, maybe a month. Look at these grinds. This is a wicked hollow ground recurve blade. And the grinds are dead on the money. Look at this swedge, comes down, starts and rolls in at the same side, rolls down and meets that point on both sides perfectly. They roll in right here perfectly. So with that, guys, I just want to leave you wanting a little bit more. So wait for the review.